Hi, in our last video we demonstrated how trend log objects are configured in DINGO-Manager and how to use trend log maker to build up multiple trend log objects very fast. Today we are going to take it even further, an example how trend log data can be easily transferred up to a cloud server. There are many ways to do this. This one is the lazy man's solution, that is to say, to collect the trend log data on a regular basis and send it by FTP file transfer protocol to a cloud server, where there's a small program that actually reads the file and writes it to the cloud database. So let's dig into this. We are going to do this on a live building actually in Scandinavia. And that building is connected on a GPS modem, a plugin in the Dingo, that is a 2G/3G modem. So this also demonstrates how effective DINGO-Manager is using such narrowband links. So let's connect to this building. The name has of course been hidden and changed. I connect to it and let's see if it's true that it's on modem. Yep, the modem is there and the core is quite good today. Those are not so good, even then the DINGO-Manager function very well. So first of all, let's take a look at the BACnet setup here. Okay. This is an active setup. We have quite a few trend log objects here, and those trend log objects are logging from virtual BACnet devices, as for example those energy meters here, where those are non-BACnet devices but are actually virtualized as BACnet devices to keep everything BACnet. For example, this one heat pump is a heat pump with that is communicated by Modbus RTU. So and then we have some other meters here also on Modbus. To get the data from those trend logs moved up to the cloud via the method I have described before, we go into modules. And there we see the standard modules that are enabled: BACnet web services, app manager, BACnet client, BACnet server, config web services, and peripheral manager. But in this part here, I have two applications. And you see there is this push trend logs to C2net. It's already configured. So I'm showing you here a site that is already configured. But to demonstrate how this is done, I'm going to do it again. So I say new. What kind of app do I want to create? I want to create a trend log pusher. Okay, that's fine. And we can give it whatever name we want. Let's just call it demo trend log pusher. We want to start it at startup, and the parent ID can be whatever. That's used by many of these cloud servers to figure out where they should locate the incoming trend logs. We're not going into any details here. Site identifier, that could be building. Why not building A? Site name. Building A. The site identifier has to be unique. File name initials, that is to say what should be the name of the file, the first letters of the file that is uploaded by FTP. Let's have it the same as the site name. Site identifier, that's a good rule. And then server user ID, that could be Julius Cesar, something like that. And markup language, we can select between XML and JSON. We use XML in this case as it's better readable. Text, extend, enums, and bit strings, we can do that. Then we will see unit of measure, for example, as degrees Celsius, not as the number or ID. Normally we don't need that, so we check that off. Data polling frequency, how often should it poll? 60 minutes every hour, that's fine. 360, that's how many seconds from the whole hour. 360 seconds, that's just fine. And if it fails, how many times should it retry? Normally there is no failure, so it's no reason to have any retries. And push retry interval doesn't matter in this case. Push method is via FTP, file transfer protocol, and then comes the file transfer protocol parameters, and we can just put our host name here, something ftp.mysite.com, something like that. And what should be the user ID? The user ID is maybe, and the password could be whatever you define in the FTP server. Something like that. Okay. Where should it be put in the server? We use the default, the root. And what trend log object should it take? In this particular case, there are only trend log objects in the Dingo itself, so it's no need to go search for the whole network. We are only interested in the trend logs that are in the local device. Then is this array of loggers, loggers blacklist. We can actually see which loggers are collected, and we can blacklist some if we want. But in general, we don't have to specify the trend logs. It will find out itself all the trend logs and upload those automatically. So actually, we are done. We are done doing this, and the next step is simply to save it and activate it. So we push the save button and would save and restart. We are not going to do it in this case because we have, as I said before, we have already done this. So what happens now after within the next hour, the first file will be generated, and it will look something like that. This is the XML file, and you see there are some header information here with the user ID used, site identifier, and so on. And then comes a header that actually describes the device itself, and then descriptor of all the devices, trend log objects, where from it's logging, and so on. And then in the end, there comes this the data section. So it's a data, the timestamp, and the value, and so on. And this file is complying to BACnet Web Services XML rules. So whether you are using BACnet Web Service or this file is you know, there's nothing new in it. It's the same, although it's a file. So this file is then uploaded, and in this case it's sent to Control2Net. That's the cloud platform. Let's take a look what happens. It will actually send it to this Dingos here. Are you sure you want to disconnect? No. Let's disconnect from the site. Yeah, we want to throw the changes we have. Are you sure you want to disconnect? Yes. Okay. And when the file is received, the application at the cloud site will use the header data to create all the structure, the building, the meters, and everything. So and even go further here, and you see it has created the time series, and there is already some data in it that we can check out. Here is the data, and so on. So as soon as you enable the trend log uploader in the building at the Dingo, everything is auto-generated for you, so you don't have to do much configuration to get the data in the cloud platform, at least not this cloud platform, because there is enough data in the XML file to generate the structure in the cloud server. Okay folks, this finished the video for the trend log uploaded. Thank you.